the national anthem with one respect. The learners we are planted and on our hearts. We seek your
Can we now be quiet? Learners? Learners? Can we now be quiet? All learners, if you are still talking, you are part of the problem. Can all learners now please be quiet for a moment of silence? The moment of silence is for those people who paid the ultimate sacrifice, who died while fighting apartheid, who died while trying to make a better life for us South Africans. So we owe them at least this moment of silence. Can we all be quiet now? Thank you very much. Give a nice hand to Plasla and Guntar of Westend. Ladies and gentlemen, there is to be the Irish learners, all teachers, Mr. Faiz Jacob, welcome to our gathering today. I want to call Mr. Arif, our principal, to come and say a few words. Mr. Arif.
Thank you, Program Director, Mr. Pina, our esteemed guest, Mr. Jacobs, who Mr. Pina will formally introduce in a minute, but also boys and girls. At the back, I would like there next to Mrs. Class, if that teacher that is seated can just stand so that the learners can also see a special visitor here today. Ma'am, can you have a stand please? Christmas. I think many of you. Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think many of you can remember Christmas, don't you? Yes, who were in the Christmas class? Put up your hand. Only those that were in the Christmas class. Give Mrs. Smith a warm welcome by clapping hands. Thank you. Thank you for the surprise visit, Mrs. Smith. Boys and girls, before I want to say something, I want us just to have a moment of silence. Not so long ago, a few days ago, a taxi here in Mitchell's Plain drove learners from their homes on their way to their school. Fortunately, were not learners from Westend. It was learners, unfortunately, from another school where the taxi overturned during the trip, and one of those learners was flung out of the taxi. And that learner is not with us anymore. So I want you to think, especially those learners here today who are driving to school using taxis. You must tell your parents what has happened to another child, and you must tell your parents it's not your responsibility. It's your parents' responsibility to make sure that if you're in a taxi, the taxi is not overloaded. The taxi driver has got a license, at least those 2 things. Do you understand that? That is one way of also helping you to be safe. And those of you guys crossing, and I must say, Mr. Jacob, every morning I'm watching my learners, every morning they are crossing the pedestrian in front of the school orderly and where they must do it. So a moment of silence for those learners that were in an accident, especially the one learner who's not with us. One moment. Thank you, learners. Thank you. So allow me then to proceed in making a joke. I made a joke with Mr. Pina this morning, and I asked Mr. Pina, if firefighters are fighting fire and crime fighters are fighting crimes, what do freedom fighters fight for? Okay. So freedom is something that I would say is in the eye of the beholder. Because for many people, a person who fights for freedom can be a freedom fighter, but in the eye of another person, it can become a terrorist. Now, our guest speaker, I believe, will talk about Freedom Day and how freedom, the emancipation of people has come to be here in South Africa and today here at Westend Primary, so that you, learners, can also understand what freedom is all about. What is a freedom fighter? And by the grace of God, most of you, if not all of you, will become freedom fighters for all the people in our country, especially for the people in your community, where you can say, I stand up for the rights of these people. Like Alan Busak has said once, that all people have the right for citizenship. All people has the right for citizenship. All people. irrespective of their race, irrespective of their color, the type of hair, the color of their skin, their religion, their creed, their lifestyle. All people has a right of freedom, especially now in our lifetime. And you must listen carefully to what the message of our guest speaker will be. He is a very important person. I look up to him, and he's also all of ours. He's also my leader. And today we will listen to a person who is a true leader, and I know he will inspire us so that we all can become also little Mr. Jacobses and speak for the freedom of our families, the freedom of our loved ones, the freedom of our people in our community, especially the community where you are coming from. In 10 years' time, from now on, I want to hear your voices in the newspaper, in the radios, where you say all people, irrespective of race, should qualify for freedom. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, Moses, dear Mr. Alexander, thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Yes, learners, I now open the floor to one of you, Iman Birey. I'm sure you all know her. Please go and do the welcome for her.
Morning everyone. My name is Iman Birey, and I am a senior prefect at Westend Primary. To our SCB members, our principal, Mr. Alex, educators and students. Today I would like to welcome you all to the special Freedom Day Assembly. As you know or might not know, today we have brought us a special guest, Mr. Jacob. Can you speak together to Mr. Jacob? From your busy schedule to come and visit us today. We hope you have a memorable experience and that you enjoy yourself. Thank you very much. Enjoy the program, everyone.
Now, everyone, isn't every day that you get to introduce a member of parliament to the floor? I have that honor today, and I can say that maybe I must just say it the way I know it, Comrade Pines. I met Mr. Jacobs in 1987 at the Moscow meeting. Now Moscow MIT SEO was the Mitchell's Plain Student Congress. And Sir was already fighting for freedom. Mr. Jacobs was already fighting for freedom at that time as a young boy of 16 years. Don't try to figure out his age now. Alright. And Mr. Jacobs, that was the Mitchell's Plain Student Congress. Mr. Jacobs was also involved in the Western Cape Student Congress, a higher body. And imagine you're at school, you have to do your schoolwork. But now you also need to go to these meetings because you see the oppression that's going on out there. And you fight against apartheid. But you're actually still just a child. And you have to worry, when are the police coming to pick you up? When are they going to lock you up and torture you? That is what Mr. Jacobs went through. And as if that was not enough, he was also a member of CACO, the Cape Youth Congress. He was a member of the UDF, the United Democratic Front. This man here
is from Mitchell's Plain. One of you. Look where this man is today. In Parliament. This man, as they say in Afrikaans, het diep spore getrap. He really made the path towards freedom, and we need to follow. This is this man, Mr. Faiz Jacobs. Have you heard of Nelson Mandela? Do you know that Nelson Mandela once invited Mr. Faiz Jacobs for supper? This man sitting here had supper with Nelson Mandela. Can you see how important people from Mitchell's Plain can be? Can you see? And I'm not going to give Mr. Faiz Jacobs his whole history now because I don't have a big enough book. But what I'm telling you, the person who's going to speak now is one of you. He is from Mitchell's Plain. He went to Beacon Hill High School while I was at Calvert. He knows what we did. And without saying a lot of words, I'm going to give over to Mr. Faiz Jacobs. Give him a warm welcome, a Westend welcome. Wave your flag.
Mr. Peanut, I normally speak every day, but today I'm a bit nervous. And it's so nice to be here. I want to start by greeting the principal. Let's give a warm applause for Principal Ali. Thank you for your leadership. I also want to acknowledge all the educators and the school governing body, but most important, yourselves, my friends and fellow students. Give yourself a warm round of applause. Like educator Pina explained, my name is Faiz Jacobs. I'm a member of Parliament and a servant of the people. I represent the ANC in Parliament and I represent the community of Cape Flats. So I was born on the Cape Flats in Athlone, but I schooled most of my high school here in Mitchell's Plain. My mom still stays in East Street. You know where East Street is? It's close to the town centre. Now, I'm one of 400 members of Parliament that represent and serve our people in Parliament. And our job is to ensure that we pass budgets and we ensure that the President and the Cabinet serve our people. I want to, on behalf of the President of our country, do you know who our President is? Yes, President Cyril Ramaphosa, I want to extend his warm handshake and friendship to you. He would have loved to be here. Next time, hopefully, he can come. But he sends you our warm regards. Let's give the President a warm round of applause. Today we're celebrating an important day. We're celebrating Freedom Day. What is exactly Freedom Day? And why is it so important for us? Let me tell you a bit about it and why should you care about this special day. Now, before 1994, we didn't have freedom as the majority people of South Africa. We had a system called apartheid, slavery and colonialism, which made people who had a darker color skin not equal citizens. They couldn't live where they want to, they couldn't go to school where they want to, they couldn't work where they wanted to, and they had to wear a pass. A pass is like a piece of paper that you had to wear on you all the time. If you wanted to go to another area, you had to show the police. And if you didn't have this piece of paper with you, the police used to put you in the jail. That was a very bad system of apartheid. So what the people did, your grandparents and your moms and your elders, we said enough is enough. And when I was a young boy of 16 years old with Mr. Pina and all of our generation, we said that we want to fight for freedom. And we took on the apartheid. And we fought and we wanted Mandela to be free from prison. Mandela was in prison for, you know how long? Well done, boy, 27 years. Imagine you are locked away for 27 years because of your beliefs. That was what Mandela, our forefather, stands for. He made those sacrifices for you. And you know what? When he was on prison on Robben Island, the only thing that he missed so much was the laughter of children. Imagine not having children around him. So when he came out of prison, the first thing he did was to be amongst children. Mandela loved our children. And our generation, our president, everybody love you because you are our future. Say that again. Our youth are our future. And never, never forget that. You are our future. That's great. So, on the 27th of April in 1994, you must ask your grandmother and your grandfather if they remember that day. Because it was the first time that black people, everybody who's non-white, colored, Indian, anyone, was the first time that they could vote for their leaders. And the lines were really long, and that was the freedom that we fought for. Now, we say this day is very important because it reminds us of the difficult journey where we come from. You might not know, but when you go through the history, you will learn about the country and where we come from and the rights that we enjoy. Do you know that you as a child have a right to be protected? You have a right to be loved. You have a right to be cared for. You have a right not to be bullied on. Those are all rights. So when you say you're going to be protecting your rights, your freedom, you must also allow that same freedom to defend that freedom for others. You also must not, part of freedom is meaning you're not allowed to bully each other. You must also protect each other and give each other the necessary respect. Now, we hope one day you can dream big. We hope one day that you can be the next freedom fighters. Because our country, South Africa, needs all of you to be educated, to be learned, and then also to be the best person that you can be in the future. Think about your future. What do you want to be? Don't shout out. Think about it in your mind. What would you want to be? An educator, policeman, doctor, maybe even a politician like myself. Whatever you want to be. Because this new South Africa belongs to all of us, we as the elders must ensure that you can be whatever you want to be. And this school is a foundation for you to be the best that you can be. We want you also to serve our people. You know, we come out of COVID. Remember, a year or two ago we had COVID. And in COVID, it was very difficult. Maybe some of you have lost an uncle, an aunt, a granny, and they got sick and passed on. And COVID was very difficult because a lot of people lost their lives and their jobs. Now we want to grow the economy. And your job, I tell all my children also, your job is to learn and educate yourself every day so that you can be the best person that you can be to serve our people. So I want to conclude by saying, as we celebrate freedom this weekend, Go ask your mother, your father, your grandparents, and when you come together, what does freedom mean for you? What does it mean for our elders? Because freedom means a lot. We need to protect our freedom. We need to defend this democracy. Because many people died for this democracy. Many people sacrificed for this democracy. So that you can have the freedom to choose. But with choice is also responsibility. So I wish you well to be the best South African that you can be. And learn and play and enjoy yourself. Happy Freedom Day, everybody. Let's say Happy Freedom Day, everybody. Happy Freedom Day, everybody. Thank you very much.
If fighting for your right to be, everyone deserves to be free, or resolving issues that come to light, let's take hands and try not to fight. Embracing our differences for today, waiting together so no one can stray. Everyone deserves to be free. Everyone deserves to be free, to be happy and filled with glee. D. Diversity is a beautiful thing in this land. We can all work together hand in hand. M. Oh, only together can we survive. For a better future, we all strive. M is for me. My future, my country, is it too much to ask to be free?
Give them a big hand. Come, do better than that. Give them a big hand. Yes.
It is because of people like you, Mr. Jacobs, people who sacrifice their youth, safety and general well-being, that I can stand here as a citizen of a free South Africa, free of discrimination and racism. On behalf of the school, I want to thank you for teaching us more about our freedom and why we should guard it was legal. Thank you for showing us the responsibilities we have to make the most of freedom and our opportunities that our parents and grandparents never had. You are a product of mutual friend, Mr. Joseph, and a member of Parliament. That shows all of us here today that there is potential in all of us. Mr. Jacobs, thank you for showing us that one of us can be a hero. I can be a hero. I can be anything I put my mind to. Mr. Jacobs, thank you from all of us. And may your journey ahead be fruitful and may you still do many good things for our country. I hope that this is not your last visit to our school.
Thank you very much, Rivka.
Out our very own celebration song. Unfortunately, we don't have the backtrack. So here we go. 1, 2, and while we sing, remember, 1, 2. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take you higher. In the streets now, heads are lifted. Innovation, celebration, it's around us. Every nation, all around us, say forever young. when I get older, I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like the waving flag. So wave your flag, the Western flag, the Western flag. Oh. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions, take the field now. Unify us, make us feel proud. Every season, it's a lifted. Every loser, it's a vision. Celebration, it's around us. Every nation, all around us. Saying forever young. Season, making us young. Beautiful day. And together at the end of the day, we all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. I will be stronger. They call me freedom, just like a waving flag. So wave your flag, a western flag, the western flag. Thank you. Celebration, it's around us. Every nation, all around us, saying forever young. Celebration, it's around us. Every nation, all around us, saying forever young.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Every day when I drink my coffee and my tea there in Parliament, and I will think about all of you, and I think about the freedoms, and I want to thank you, Principal Aris, from the bottom of my heart. You know, sometimes we have to declare gifts as members of Parliament. This is one gift I'm very proud of. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it.